This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe, anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
And all
scripts.
right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 278. I'm Jason.
I'm Gregor.
I'm Jim.
Gregor! Go ahead.
I'm just saying, apparently Jeff is a stupid name, and I have to go by Gregor now.
Jeff.
I can't even say it. It's such a stupid name.
We're talking about what we do in the shadows. And if you've never seen that as a show, it's on FX. It's hilarious. We've talked about it many times. And last week, the one vampire thought she met her soul mate that she's had throughout history. He's a human,
Yeah.
and he was always called Gregor.
Well, not always.
Not always, but that
when
was...
she first met him, he was Gregor, but then he keeps being reincarnated as different people.
And he was always a warrior or somebody strong in that.
He was always beheaded.
Yes. And this time, in the modern times, he was reincarnated as Jeff, the parking attendant. And then the vampire ended up going on at the end. She couldn't handle it anymore because the guy couldn't remember his past life, and he was basically a wimp. And at the end, she just basically went off on the stupidity of the name Jeff.
Yeah. After not being able to pronounce it the whole episode.
Yes. Chad?
Jash.
Well, no, she did make him remember his past lives.
At the end. And then he became a horse, which was funny because he was a horse in a past life. And then I did like how he went back to the skateboarders that were taunting him at the parking lot, and he shot them with arrows through the head.
He shot their skateboards.
He killed them.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he killed the one.
It was a rubber stick.
I think the
Yeah.
one was real
No.
because it was blood coming
No,
down.
it wasn't.
That wasn't blood. That was the suction cup
I think
on
it
his
was blood.
head.
It was a suction cup right in the middle of his forehead.
I'm going with blood. Anyways, so
You're an idiot.
you're an idiot. If I didn't have this lamp in front of you, I would make you a mean face. Jeff. So anyway, Jeff, are you okay after all that? Are you going to just call it Gregor from now on?
Apparently.
Okay, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Jeff, or Jim, why have you taken the microphone off the stand?
So I can sit back and relax.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
That's fine, Jeff.
Anyways, so what we do in the shadows this week, it was a pretty fucking hilarious episode. I like how the other two vampires got caught by animal control.
Yes.
The one turned into bat, bat.
And then the great plan to get caught by them after you turn into a dog so you can get locked up too.
How did you expect us to get out? I don't know. Hello, cat. Open up. It's a funny show, people. Watch it. And we did actually have somebody on Twitter, Nitzy. She said that because of us, she started watching it and she appreciated it.
All right.
She's
So
like,
we
it's very much like The Office. Like the interviews and that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool.
So we should get paid for
Residuals?
being influencers.
Yes.
Now?
Are we social influencers?
We are.
Ooh, we're social influencers.
I think everybody should hit Vice golf balls. That's what I hit.
I think everybody should go to the Cincinnati Comic Expo, September 20th through the 22nd. Just saying.
I'm still waiting for all the free Pez.
Pez. I got chocolate Pez down here.
Yeah, I don't want chocolate Pez.
Doug, number one fan Doug, was supposed to be here to talk Disney, and well, the top 5 was his idea. So because of that, though, he got sick yesterday. So he said he did not want to bring that into the studios.
No dedication, Skip.
Nope. And Blake is not here. He's on a
Top secret assignment.
yes.
For the military.
I'm pretty sure he's assassinating somebody.
Just good taste because he's watching Curse of Oak Island right now. I hope they found a button. I hope.
No, they found some more wood.
Oh. Is it rotted?
No, it's actually preserved pretty well.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. I feel like I'm interviewing you like you're a celebrity. How you doing? And welcome to TLC on MTV.
I wouldn't go on TLC.
No. I don't think that's on anymore, is it?
I don't think so.
Okay. You know what?
Are you talking about TRL?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. Like TLC.
Jim
is
knew what I was talking about.
TLC's a network that shows like Trading Spaces or
And it also had Left Eye.
yes, and they also had Left Eye.
Don't go making waterfalls.
No, he doesn't
Chasing.
even, he doesn't even know
Chasing waterfalls.
that he is the worst ever.
Even my 2-year-old has resorted to when I sing, Daddy, you're horrible. yes, I am.
You're the worst character ever.
Aw, Tally. So anyways, we all saw Avengers Endgame, except Jim.
I saw it.
Oh, did you?
Saw it on Sunday.
Just
He
let
was on his way to see it as we were talking about it in our
chat room.
chat. And I'm like, stop.
Well, that's why I didn't want Blake saying anything. So
Well, you were the asshole making comments about it Friday night.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
We won't discuss it because we're not giving any spoilers. But when we're not recording, I'll tell you what you said.
Oh, I don't think I said anything. I tried not to.
Unless you didn't say it on purpose, but it still came out.
Don't think I tried to, because I've tried not to say anything about Avengers Endgame, and we're not going to say anything here today either, any spoilers or anything.
Nope.
Just to let you guys know.
We'll give at least one more week.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is the first 2 hours were okay, and the last hour was everything I wanted in a superhero film and then some.
And I'll disagree.
Okay.
I'll say the first 2 hours were great, and the second hour was what you...
Third hour, I mean?
The third hour is just what you expect in
A superhero?
a superhero movie of that size.
I give it about a 7.
On scale of?
1 to 10.
Okay. Good news is we're not LaShawn McCoy, the running back for Buffalo.
Tweeted out.
Spoilers, yes. No, I really, Jim, if I say anything Friday night, I apologize. I tried not to say anything to anyone about it. So
You said it like 3 times.
I didn't try it.
You want me to pause recording and tell you what it was?
Yes. See? So after that pause, we discussed it. I didn't even say anything.
Well, you did.
Did
You
say
just-
something, but you didn't do it on purpose.
You unwittingly did it in a roundabout way.
Because I mocked somebody
Yes.
that was on our softball team.
You mocked somebody in a way you didn't intend, but for those of us who saw the movie,
That was a reach.
that's exact. I just started laughing as soon as you said it, and
Anyways, moving on. I was really shocked to see Groot pregnant in it.
I thought we said no spoilers.
Oh, my bad. I was kidding people.
What an asshole.
I'm kidding. No, we aren't going to any spoilers. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, you're like one of 2 people that haven't seen it yet. Because this thing broke all sorts of records.
No, a lot of people didn't see it. Just people like Kevin saw it 46 times.
Or Doctor Strange. He saw it 14 billion times or whatever.
14 million times.
Yes. 14,605,000. Was that what it was?
Something like that.
And that's why it made over $1 billion worldwide.
Thank you, Dr. Strange.
It's very nice. So, sad news tonight. John Singleton, the director, died. and producer.
Yeah, that was
Here. He's 51 years old. He was 51 years old. He had a stroke. I was surprised that he didn't do more like films. Like he did a lot, like a decent batch in the late 90s or 90s and that. And then he kind of just did a lot of behind the scenes stuff, not directing. I thought he did a lot more with the directing now.
I think he said what he wanted to say, and when something came up that he wanted to say, he would do it. But he wasn't forced or pressured to do something he wasn't a passion project for him.
Yeah, because he hit it off with Boys in the Hood. He was nominated for an Oscar for that. Youngest director ever, and first African American director nominated.
Wow, I didn't realize that was first.
Yeah. So he also did Poetic Justice, I think,
With
Wesley Snipes. Wasn't that Poetic Justice?
I thought Poetic Justice wasn't that? Or am I thinking something? Was that?
That was
Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson. I'm sorry. That was right. That's right.
And
I was thinking
Tupac.
Yes. Yeah. My bad.
Did he do what? Higher Learning?
He did do Higher Learning. I enjoyed that film back in the day.
Did he do what? Meteor Man? Or
He did Four Brothers.
Four Brothers was good.
Oh, he did
Four
Four
Brothers
Brothers.
was
That's
good.
right. Yeah, I liked that.
He did Baby Boy.
I never saw that one.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Didn't
I think he was.
really-
I think he was a producer. on that.
Producer.
Yeah. But I'm just telling you the films that he had his hand in here.
Okay.
He did Shaft. He was very instrumental in getting that with Samuel L. Jackson in 2000.
And is he instrumental in the new one coming out too?
I'll double check. And he did Rosewood. That was his big.
Oh, the
Yeah.
television show? Or?
No, the movie about the white racist that tried to destroy a black town in Florida.
I don't remember it.
It's from 1997.
Yeah, I don't
So-
remember it. Okay.
He did a lot. He did a lot of stuff. Though it was. It's sad to see. I mean, I was shocked. 51 years old.
yeah,
is
he's
young.
young.
Yeah. So there you go. So Breath of Silence. Okay. And so I worked from home yesterday, and I realized that John Taffer on Bar Rescue is a very angry man.
Yeah, I was wondering why the hell Bar Rescue was on our
It was in the
outline here.
background.
I'm like, I mean, it's been on for 8 years now or something, and
You know all those fights and all that arguing, it's all staged.
No, it isn't. It couldn't be. Because after having 4 or 5 of them on in a marathon in the background, I was working, so I still heard it.
shut it down.
Shut it down. Every one of those show episodes has the same type of background. He goes in, yells. There's the one owner is having issues, and then they come together. They have a bad stress test, and then they all make it out all right the next day. He saved the one guy's family within like 2 days.
Yeah, and the fact that those take a lot longer than 2 days.
Oh, I'm sorry, 5 days. It was 5 days they're going with.
Yeah,
now.
it takes weeks for them to do it.
No.
It does. I talked to people who are on.
No.
A guy I work with, there was one that was shot in town, and he's in some casting agency or whatever. So when they're looking for like extras or whatnot, he'll go up and do it. So they hired extras to come up and fill the bar. That's how he gets all those people there. They hire extras to come in.
Oh, at the on the grand reopening,
The stress test.
Oh, the stress test.
And then they invite him back for the reopening, which was weeks later,
Oh, okay.
not 4 days later.
No. It's 4 days because they can get that whole bar done in that time.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was watching there was one in Vegas called Jack's Bar, I think it was, or Lounge, and it was like an old bar. And basically, the owner bought it off somebody, an old congressman, and she's like, "It's been here so long that I have been to 50 funerals for regulars."
Wow.
And so she was in debt and all that stuff. So he comes in, fixes it up, makes it, like a typical lounge, but, like an old style bar. But he put slot machine, video poker, sorry.
Oh, video poker.
And it was nice. And I was like, oh, I always kind of wonder what these things do afterwards. So I go online. Shockingly, 3 months later, it burned down.
Burned down?
Burned to the ground. They're not opening.
What?
And I was like, that's interesting for insurance.
Well,
you have a brand new bar.
when 50 regulars die, then you're out of regulars.
I think there was 6. There are 6 left. But yeah, she said she's been to at least almost 50 funerals for regulars.
But I like how whenever they say, "Oh, it's 6 weeks later, everything's going great," and blah blah blah, and I'm like, there was one, like I said, they were in town doing one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did 2 while they were in town, and the other one, I think by the time it aired, was already closed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one, it lasted about a month or 2 after they...
Yeah, I mean, they might have been there for 6 weeks and then closed, but it was one where one of the employees bought one of the partners out.
Okay.
And so she bought into a sinking ship, but I think she reopened a bar somewhere else with the old name, not even the name he changed it to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it might be doing all right there.
I mean, I applaud anybody that tries to do their own bar, anything like that, business and that. But, I think the one was like $700,000 in debt. Oh, my God.
I don't applaud these people because almost every single one of these shows, he goes in there and has to fix a bar that's run by someone who doesn't know how to do it.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is that none of these guys have bar experience.
They don't know how to...
Or restaurant experience.
Yeah, they don't know how to set costs. They don't know how to... So they have no idea how to do pricing. Even the one local that we went to, the place still open, they had a burger they were serving that every time they served it, they lost $1.
Because of the food cost?
Because of the food costs and everything they put on the burger. I think all the burgers were like the same price. Well, the one burger, they had more stuff on it than everything else. And all the stuff on that costs. And yeah, they were losing money every time they served the burger.
And that's not a loss leader. That's not something you advertise to bring people in.
Jim, when you go to your job, do you ever say, shut it down?
All the time.
All the time. Shut it down.
A couple weeks ago, I turned the jukebox off and threw the remote and said, fine, no one gets to listen to music.
Were you serving toddlers?
They acted like it.
When you get multiple people from the same group ask me to turn the jukebox up 4 times before I can actually make 3 drinks, and then I do turn it up when I'm collecting the money and go by the register where the volume is, and then they just sit there and bitch about, oh, you didn't turn it up, you didn't turn it up, you didn't turn it up. I'm like, I did turn it up. No, you didn't. Well, when you turn it up, then everybody else gets louder.
He showed
No,
you.
you didn't turn it up. I said, fine. I just turned it off and said, okay, fine. No one gets to listen to music.
I think that's great. You should have just said, I'm shutting it down. Get out. Stress test next week.
No, they were able to still buy drinks and pay them money.
Well, that's a good call. That's true. That's true.
I'm sure he didn't get tipped well from them, but...
No, I actually gave them their tip back.
Oh, really?
Yes. So here, you can take that. You can leave now.
Oh, you did kick him out.
I didn't kick them out. I just...
Oh.
He just spit. He spat at them. So you guys want to talk Game of Thrones?
Sure. Well, do we want to go to the poll of the week? And
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll do
pull
that.
the week and talk about it.
Do you guys have anything else to talk about first? Anything exciting?
No, it's pretty much the weekend was seeing Avengers and Game of Thrones.
Jim, anything with you?
Oh, today, on our golf league, I walked today instead of riding because when putting on shirts, the extra large started to feel a little snug.
Oh.
So I
Decide to cut back?
No,
Get some exercise?
I'm trying to walk. Yep.
My wife, I've been losing some weight lately, but I got this drink. My wife decided to do this cleanse.
Oh,
No. We still eat. It's just like the stuff out of your, like the liquids out of you. So I'm like, okay, sure, I'll do it. You got to drink this. My wife and I drink tons of water a day. Like, that's all we drink.
tons?
Yeah, probably about 18 gallons.
Okay.
That's not healthy.
But anyways, so she found this thing. She's been researching it.
So
She
what is
found
there to
this tea.
flush if that's all you're drinking is water?
It's supposed to help
all
you
day?
lose a little weight, but it's not like a cleanse like you can't eat anything. That's not the case at all. Just kind of watch what you eat, typical stuff. And then you just drink this. This is supposed to help your body, your toxins, blah, 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 all that
So
stuff.
you're getting a colon cleanse?
Pretty much. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's a pee cleanse. No, it's not cool. It's a pea. So, anyways, it's dandelion root, lemons, like full lemons, like scrunched up, and I don't know what else. It's
Full scrunched up lemons.
well, you could I don't like squeeze out
Juiced.
Yeah,
You juice the
yeah,
lemon.
Yeah, thank you. I have no idea what else is in there. My wife gives me like a giant gallon of water, not a gallon, but a little less than that a day, and says, "There you go." I was like, "Okay." I told her I would do it, and that I'll be honest. I mean, again, it could be a placebo effect, and my wife even admits that. She's like, "I have no idea if this will do anything," but you do feel better, like from drinking it. I felt better last night. We've done this 2 days now.
So you're drinking this in place of water?
Yeah. Yeah, but I do still also have water too.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like that those tends to work because you're not drinking like the sugary drinks or whatever. But
Correct.
if you're not
We don't
cutting
ta-
those out,
We don't have pop in the house. We don't have any sugary drinks or anything in the house. Our kids,
don't even know what pop tastes like.
No, my oldest can drink Sprite once in a while. We let them have Sprite, and if you give your kids pop and that, we don't care. I mean, to each their own. I mean, I don't really give a shit. But for us, we never really drank pop. So,
I'm gonna take his kid out for a Coke.
None of them have ever had Pepsi or Coke.
Well, Pepsi's nasty, so that's fine.
And then he's allowed root beer once in a while too. And then my daughter, I think she's had maybe I can count on one hand how many Sprites she's had in her life. She's 5. So
They're going to love this Coke we serve them.
not cocaine.
No,
Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to give a child cocaine.
Without the parents' permission.
I'm not going to give a child cocaine with your parents' permission.
First, I want to know where did I get it from?
But yeah, so we'll see what happens. And that, like I said, I feel better. I mean, I'm the lowest weight I've been in almost a year, so that's good. And then
Alright.
before that, probably so that's the goal. So Jim, I'm with you. I'm with you on this mission. I'm on it. My goal is by September, by the expo, I can fit into a large.
My goal is to eventually stop thinking about getting a gym membership and do.
My goal is when I actually have a gym membership, I use it.
Do you have one?
Not now.
No. Okay. Did you have one recently?
A couple years ago.
Okay.
The last one I had, I used, but I haven't had one in a few years, probably around 15.
I'm lucky because my work has one, and so I just use that for lunch. I just go down there. So that's been nice. But yeah, did you get one of those Patella machines or Patoin or whatever those things are? Those
Peloton?
Yeah. Did you see how much those cost?
They're a lot.
Yeah, a couple $1,000, and then you get the training exercise. The
guy telling you, "Come on, you can do it."
$40 a month. So you're basically paying for a gym membership for a bike that you have in your house that you had to pay $2,000 for. So,
Or you can just buy a regular bicycle for a couple $100 and ride it on the
correct
trails.
I mean, because I did think that was interesting. Like, but that would get you motivated. You do it at home. You can go into a workout station in New York or wherever. And then I start looking at, not that I was buying one, but I was looking at it, I was like, $2,000. No, I'm not paying for that. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's also $40 a month for the membership to get those videos.
So
And
I'm hoping they're all new videos. Can you just play the same old one over and over and over again?
I don't know. I'm sure they do have that because they're not all live.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do.
But that's
have
the thing is if I'm paying per month, I don't ever want to repeat.
Correct.
But I mean, if I just buy it once and then use the same one over and over again, like a what do you call it? The Jane Fonda workout tape or something.
Let's get physical.
Tybo?
Oh, Billy Blanks?
Yes.
Ooh.
Or the I forgot what the Gazelle. Yeah.
Oh, the Gazelle with Tony Lodel?
Tony Little, that's it. Yeah.
That guy was not human. He was creepy looking. Come on, guys! No, go away. You're like a gremlin. He was like a Mowgli before he turned. Ah.
I kind of feel like we have to get the Chuck Norris's
Total Gym?
Gym
1,000.
I think they're up to 2,000 now.
They might be up to 3,000.
Whoa. Greatest endorsement next to the George Foreman grill. How much
Yep.
Chuck Norris made off of that.
Oh, yeah.
Not as good as Hulk Hogan's spaghetti maker, but he tried.
It was a juicer.
Sorry, my bad. My bad.
He didn't answer the phone when they called his agent to talk about a grill.
The George Foreman
So
grill.
they gave it to Foreman, and then he got a juicer.
It's awesome. That could have happened to a worse person.
I'm gonna go out and buy that Hogan.
So would the George Foreman grill have been as successful if it was the Hulk Hogan grill? Do you think the sponsorship helped?
I think it did help. I think George Foreman has a pretty good had a pretty good personality. He's still alive, right?
Yes.
Okay, he has a pretty good personality for those infomercials. I don't know if Hogan could have done it. Hogan can sell, well, not in the ring, but he could sell merchandise. I don't know. I don't know if he could do it as well. That's a good question.
Do you still use your Foreman, Jeff?
I don't because I don't cook.
Oh.
But if I cooked, I would make everything on the Foreman.
You know what you should do is
Or everything you can't make on the Foreman, I would make on the Foreman.
you should probably put bacon on it next to your bed and then plug it in when the alarm goes off, and then you wake up to the smell of bacon every morning. Just don't step on it.
That could work.
I grilled my foot, Stanley.
You and I are a lot alike. I'm going to stop you right there, Michael. When he's talking to the landlord in a wheelchair. I'm going to stop you right there. How long does it take you to brush your teeth? 50, 60 seconds? Oh, my God. 4 times as long as me. 4 times? Some office humor there.
Good old Michael Scott.
Let's see here. My wife did buy Mary Poppins Returns.
Yeah, I feel so happy for your family.
They all liked it. I watched it off and on, like between doing stuff. I don't like Mary Poppins to begin with, the original. I will say the people that didn't make this, though, I'll give them props. They were very, and it looked like a Mary Poppins film. They did a good job with it.
Yeah, but that's a problem because Mary Poppins films are dumb.
No. I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying they at least stayed true to what it was. So I'll give them props for that. And Emily Blunt.
I saw it on my Amazon Prime that I watch, that I borrow
Allegedly.
from the person who buys thousands of movies.
Did you see it?
No, I passed over it.
No, okay.
Instead, I watched the Green Book again,
Oh, I still have to watch that.
and the Kentucky Fried Chicken scene still makes me laugh. So when you get to that,
Okay.
it's a good one.
Yeah, we like I said, I'm not a Mary Poppins fan. My daughter really loves it. My wife really liked it. I will say though, I'll give them props. Like I said, it was very true. So good job for them for not, making it, something it
I
wasn't.
don't know what else they would have made it.
Well, you never know.
Oh, good. They might have made it good.
Well, yeah, it's true. But I'm just saying that, they could have destroyed it too. Ghostbusters. I mean, they could have made it really bad.
Did they make it live action like The Lion King?
Lion King is live action. I don't know how they get the lions to roar.
On command?
Yes.
They poke them with sticks.
Is that what?
I guess live action is considered they get all these talking animals because that's real and live. Mm-hmm. Wait, or it's just really good animation.
Yeah, it's differently animated.
Actually, in parts of Africa, there are animals that talk, Jim. They actually go to casting schools, so that's where they got them from. So it's live action. It's real. It's real.
Okay, so we don't need anybody to text us or email us or tweet us that Jason's full of shit.
Nope.
Because
Nope.
we know that already.
Nope. It's amazing they found 2 lions that sounded exactly like James Earl Jones. That's impressive. That's impressive.
2 lions?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the cartoon one.
I know the cartoon one was fake.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to spoil it for you. Sorry, Jeff. Let's see. Twitter poll of the week. We're on Bad Ideas Podcast. Also on Facebook at the History of Bad Ideas. But Twitter poll of the week, Bad Ideas Podcast. Follow us there. Like us. We talk all day. Did the Battle of Winterfell live up to its expectations in Game of Thrones this week?
The Batter of Winterfell?
Battle.
Oh.
Has this been building since the first season? I don't know Game of Thrones. So
Yes. Well, yeah.
The undead have been coming.
I mean, yeah. The very first scene in the thing was the undead coming and attacking.
And the
And
guy
so-
deserting the
Night's Watch.
and
So yeah, I mean, it has been building.
So, and this is just me because I don't know. So Sean Bean, I know he's on it, but he dies. Spoilers in season 1. He got beheaded, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If he didn't get beheaded, would he have come back as a White Walker?
It's possible. I was kind of hoping they would still bring him back.
Okay.
headless.
Headless, or just they reattached his head before they buried him, and
Did
So-
they actually get the body back?
they did return the body to Catelyn when she was treating with Renly, and I think she sent the body on ahead before her and Brienne had to get the shit out of town immediately. So I think they got the body back.
Because they never actually say he's interned in the crypts.
No, but they did in the books though, didn't they?
I think so.
So if you die in the show, in theory, you could come back as a White Walker.
In theory,
In
Okay.
theory, unless you're burned or
yeah.
Well,
if you
the
burn the body, then you
I don't
won't,
think
or-
I don't think anybody that was in the church or the that they blew when they blew it
Yeah,
up
well-
was going to come back.
Yeah, when the Sept of Baelor exploded with wildfire, those people weren't going to be coming back as.
Okay. But if you have like a regular death in the show, in
Yes.
theory, you could.
Yes.
Oh yes.
I mean, they actually show, they would have a big battle and both sides would end up, dying, and then he would then raise the people who were killed, and he had more people on his side.
So the options were yes, the battle did live up to its expectations, and then some. No, was disappointed. About what I expected, and it never could, was the other option. Pardon me. In last place at 16%, about what I expected. 18% said it never could live up to expectations. 22% came in second to 44%. And 44% of vote was yes, it did live up to expectations, and then some. 22% said no. So, what did you guys think? What did you vote?
I was amongst the 22% that said disappointed.
I was amongst the 22% that said no. Was
Why?
disappointed? Well, for one thing, it was filmed so dark that you really couldn't. Again, and it happened at night, and you couldn't see what was going on. I was sitting in a dark room with all the lights out, with the contrast and the brightness turned all the way up, and couldn't see half the stuff that was going on.
That's the problem.
Yeah, unless you were watching on those, I don't even remember what's the technical term for the type of television where, they're made specifically dynamically or whatnot.
I have a 4K LED television and couldn't see it.
Wow.
But it was very tough to watch. Like I said, I was watching it completely in the dark. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. There's apparently people running around. I said, I don't know why they spent all this money making this when they could have just put a blank screen and made noises.
Yeah, pretty much. And then occasionally have bursts of fire.
A dragon.
I mean, there were parts of it that were great and some ideas that I really liked. But we are going to spoil this. If you haven't seen it yet, well, you should go see it because we're being spoiled. But they go ahead. Jay, I'm going to spoil it for you.
Okay, don't. I'm 7 seasons behind.
They do kill the Night King. The big
head
bad,
White Walker?
the
Okay.
big bad guy
Okay.
of the whole book, with 3 episodes to go.
How is that possible?
Well, they still have.
They still have this other minor story.
Well, I don't know if it's a minor story because it's.
Who's going to take over the throne?
Yeah.
It's.
Well, for 7 seasons, they're saying the battle for the throne is pointless when we've got White Walkers.
Yeah, now that they killed the White Walkers, now they have the battle for the
Oh,
throne.
fuck the throne. I was bored with the battle for the throne a long time ago.
It's Game of Thrones.
It's
Was
in
the
the
first
title.
book.
It's in the title.
It was the first book. The Game of Thrones ended at the Clash of Kings.
I know. I read those before you did.
Long before I did. But, so it's so they're saying the Iron Throne was more important than the threat from the White Walkers.
Who killed the White Walker guy?
Arya.
Oh. Hey, she's having a lot of exciting things. Sex. And killing the White Walker.
Jeff, I'm sorry that you're out of the death pool.
Oh, yep. I was the first person eliminated from Scab Jeff's Deadpool
For Game of Thrones.
for Game of Thrones. I picked, I thought Lyanna Mormont, so they're not going to kill a 10-year-old girl.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. A white walking giant crushed her with its hand.
Oh.
But
First, he bashed her with his club, and then she charged it with, trying to kill it. And so he picked her up and started crushing her. She was able to take him out once by stabbing him in the eye.
with dragon glass.
Yeah, but died in the process. And I'm like, well, I'm out of the Deadpool.
I couldn't tell if my guy was still in or not because I just couldn't see him.
Who did you pick?
Podrick.
Yeah, I think they were going to let you know they died if they died.
Oh, I have no idea because he might have died in the thing, but I couldn't see it because there was so
You
dark.
have no clue. And that's another problem I had with the way it was shot was they kept cutting back to these people who were just getting overwhelmed by these zombie White Walkers. And they'd show them getting overwhelmed, and they'd go show other things. And they cut back, and they're still getting overwhelmed. And they go show other things. They cut back, and they're still getting overwhelmed. I'm like, we only needed to see that once. You didn't need to show us Jaime not being able to fight off White Walkers 3 times, 10 minutes apart each time.
I'm impressed that they were able to fight him off. Their stamina has to be great.
Oh, yeah.
With Jaime and Brienne.
Brienne and Pod and Sam.
Yeah.
Like, those 4 were just, like, getting the shit kicked out of them. Not dying, and then they keep coming back every 10 minutes and showing us, well, they're not dead yet.
Not dead yet. Still here. Not dead yet.
And then, after the episode, they had the producers, Dan and Dave, talk about it. And
Okay.
they were patting themselves on the back, and I wanted to strangle them. They're like, oh, we were so clever by making everyone think Jon was going to be the one to kill the Night King, but we really had Arya do it. I'm like, okay, you telegraphed Arya was going to be the one to do it over a season ago, and you telegraphed it 30 minutes before she did it. I don't know why we were supposed to be surprised
Did you
by
telegraph it by taking a sword and say, I'm going to go kill him?
it. Almost.
Okay.
It was the Valerian dagger that she was given back to, or she was
Yeah,
given.
she was given the Valerian dagger at the beginning of last
Whoa, whoa,
season.
whoa, whoa. We don't talk Valerian here. That's a horrible film. We don't talk that. Is that what you were talking about, Valerian?
No.
Oh, okay. Phew. Oh, more people saw Game of Thrones than Valerian. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah. Speaking of the after show, the Game of Thrones, do they have an after show every week?
Oh, they just have like a 5-minute thing after
Okay.
the thing. After the show, they have like a little 5-minute recap where the producers pat themselves on the back.
I think it was ABC that greenlit a after show starring Fred Savage. It's a fictional sitcom. It's a sitcom about Fred Savage as he hosts an after show for like a fantasy film or fantasy TV series, and it's about the going on behind the scenes stuff about it.
That sounds interesting.
It's coming
I like
out this
that.
summer.
I will watch that.
Yes.
Yeah, I would too. I thought that was clever. I was like, I like that idea.
If it has mole in it, yes.
As long as Chris Hardwick shows up so Fred Savage can punch him. Smug little asshole.
Can't believe you want to punch Chris Hardwick.
Who doesn't want to punch Chris Hardwick?
I don't want to punch Chris Hardwick.
Do you
Please
wanna-
kick him.
Do you want to punch Jonathan Lipnicki?
No, because he can kick back.
And wasn't it roundhouse kick him to the face, not punch him?
Yeah, things may have escalated.
Okay, if you got to throat punch one person in Hollywood,
Okay.
who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tough call. Kevin James is up there.
I could see that from you.
I fucking hate that guy. Yeah, I think I'm going Kevin James right now. I think so. Who would you do, Jeff?
I don't know yet. I'm trying
That's a
to
good
think.
question. Who would you throat punch?
If I had the opportunity, it'd be Lena Dunham.
Can I pick just
I'd punch him so hard.
Can I just pick the entire Kardashian clan?
I said
Oh,
Hollywood.
I said the word.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
I'll edit it out.
Oh my
They haven't
God!
made anything in Hollywood.
I think they have.
They've done people in Hollywood.
They haven't done a movie release, but I think what they do is considered Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood. Just like Jim.
I think the people who work at Sir and the people in that stupid show are better than the bleh.
I don't even know what show that is.
Sir.
Yeah,
Vanderpump.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yet to see that.
What about Chrisley? Do you like the Chrisley show?
No.
I'm like, this is terrible. I don't even know why these people are on television.
I don't either. And the best is it's on after Monday Night Raw. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a great
Good lead in.
demographic.
Good lead in.
What the fuck is that?
Everybody turns the show off.
Yet somehow it's on like its 5th season or something.
And I know reality shows are fake, but there's like some level of like maybe it's real, like something. Like, you know, and I saw Mrs. and Ms. or Ms. and Mrs.
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah, there was nothing
No.
about that wasn't staged.
That is the most staged show next to the Toto Divas show. Toto Divas might be the worst.
Never saw Total Divas. As a matter of fact, I only saw the commercial for Ms. and Mrs.
Well, because these aren't reality shows; they're scripted shows by
WWE.
WWE.
You know what's not scripted? Teen Mom 2. I watched that last night.
Yeah, I saw you tweeting about that, and I wanted to reach through the phone and slap you.
So who's your favorite?
It was always Chelsea. Chelsea.
She's actually somewhat normal.
She's your
Yeah, she
favorite
is.
teen mom?
Well, she's not Teen Mom anymore. She's like 28
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's actually pretty normal compared to the rest of
compared to the rest. I don't know if you know this, though.
So why are we talking about teen mom?
So
them.
when
Because
you-
it makes you uncomfortable.
So my wife and I, well, mostly me, used to watch this back in the day when it first came out. And I literally turned it on for the first time in 7 years or whatever because their kids are now all like 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm watching it. And my wife's like, first off, why are you watching this? I said, because I really don't want to think. It's been a rough day. I was like, just kind of want to veg out. And to be honest, I don't want to move. I don't want to get up and get the remote. It literally is right next to you, Jason. I don't want to change channel. I don't want to flick it. So when you watch it, I don't know if you know this, Jim. There's a lot of drama with them.
Oh yeah,
They're fighting on Instagram a lot of these teen moms.
amongst
And-
each other.
Yes, amongst each other. They used to be friends, and then they're not, and, you know, all this stuff, and they're all talking, because Caitlin and Amber, the two head cases, the major ones, they had a podcast. They had to fly Caitlin out to L.A. to do a podcast? I don't think you need to. Anyway, so
The quality is better if you do it.
they were in a
person.
hotel room, and we actually had better mics than they did.
Caitlin, she's from what?
She's with Joe. She's the blonde.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She has 3 kids now. I don't even know. 2 kids now. I don't. She probably actually only have 2. I think 2.
She probably has 4 too many.
Yeah. So she's talking to Amber, who was in jail, 87 times. And she's like, yeah, I was sitting there and I saw what Jenna said. And so I didn't like that. And then that's why we got into that fight on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. And they're all fighting. And I'm like, if you all had real jobs, you wouldn't be fighting about this and sitting there worrying about this.
So they took Caitlin and Amber, Teen Mom and Teen Mom 2?
Yes.
The biggest head case, and put
Yes.
them on one show?
Yes.
Wow.
And Jenna's on there too. She's a head case. She's the one that, has been married like 2 or 3 times.
You know they'd stop making these shows if you would stop watching them.
Oh, it's great. The best part is that Caitlin in the first season went after Joe, her ex-boyfriend, for child support. That's
Yeah.
understandable, no problem. Well, now she's making so much more, and they have 50-50, that he actually turned it around and is going after child support for her.
Oh, yeah.
Because saying, those couple years that you're making more than me, I shouldn't have been paying you. So now he sued her to get the child support back. And she's like, I guess I understand it, but, I don't think it's right. It's like, you wait a minute, time out. It's all the same here. But I just thought that was kind of a funny role reversal on it. But, yeah, so I got caught up on Teen Mom, too. I'm pretty excited about it.
Joe's actually kind of a normal human being.
Yeah, he is. So, just like Jeff looks so defeated.
Well, if Joe's a normal human being, should he have full custody of the children? Because it sounds like
Probably. Actually, he probably should.
this woman sounds like she shouldn't be allowed near children,
Correct.
let alone raising children.
Correct.
Well, again, they're all still better than Farrah.
Oh, well, she's terrible.
She's not on it anymore.
No. Yeah, they won't bring her back.
No.
Well, and honestly, I think her daughter would be better off with her with the baby daddy.
Who's dead?
Wow.
Because you don't want to go to Farrah's mom because she's batshit crazy.
No, I'm just
allegedly.
talking about she could just live in the cemetery.
Just be there. She's like Morticia.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see
Although
that.
what I'm going to say is, when these girls are no longer teen moms, they shouldn't be on the show. They should age out.
Well,
As soon as they turn 20, boom, they aren't allowed on.
they
Teen
lose their
Mom
kids.
anymore. They lose their television deal.
Sorry, you're 20. You lose your kids. Get out.
No, they can keep their kids.
Oh, okay.
They're just not allowed to be on television making money off of
Well,
being
they
a
do
teen
have-
mom when
they do-
they're a 20-some-year-old mom.
They kind of got around that after the Teen Mom craze. They have a show called Teen Mom Young Moms Club, which is like early 20s club.
Which is normal people.
Pretty much.
Which is all women in the 50s were probably multiple.
Our parents?
Yeah.
Could you imagine reality shows following around our parents back in the day? Hell, I want a reality show following around my parents now.
Dad would be in jail.
So yeah, so there. How the fuck we start talking about Teen Mom?
You did.
You did.
Yeah, but I went off you, Jim, because you know the people with me. I have somebody to talk about
He
it.
didn't think it would continue. He thought he would say 2 sentences and then it would be over with.
So Joe,
So what do you think of Below Deck?
Below Deck. The hell is Below Deck?
It's the show where they get a crew to man like these yachts.
Yeah.
And then they bring on the people, and it follows the drama and the people who work for the yacht.
The people who have to put up with the snooty rich people who.
Yes.
How many times do they put their dicks in the champagne
None.
before they serve it?
None.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
Yeah, that they show. Let's do some listener feedback.
Now it's time for Bomb Listener Feedback, brought to you by Trojan. So we don't have any more teen moms.
Yes, that's how it works.
First, we have from Doug.
Number 1 fan.
Number
Can't give yourself a nickname.
A-Pans.
Number 7. Number 1 in our heart. Get better, Doug.
Per last week, who had the over/under on Endgame at $260 million? At Kevin at Cincy Explorer, I'll take over $289 million. Meow God, I said $346 million. What do I win? He predicted this on April 16th.
He did. 4 million short.
Jason took the under,
did.
and Jeff took the over.
I did.
And Blake took the over, too.
Yes.
He did.
So-
And maybe Meow God might be correct because that 350 is still just an estimate.
Well, they said it actually was probably
It was higher than that.
Yeah.
I know it came out before they were done showing.
It came out that
It came out like Sunday at 5.
that came out
and
before I even
before
bought my
you bought your
tickets.
ticket. Yeah.
What show did you go to, Jim?
The 9 o'clock on Sunday night.
Was it packed?
It was, almost sold out.
Wow.
It was sold out up until the 7 o'clock showings on Sunday
Okay, so
at 2 different theaters.
again, we're not going to spoil it or anything at all. Just real quick. Infinity War or Endgame did you like better?
Infinity War.
I did too. I liked Infinity War better. I think I think I'm going to have to see it again. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But I think I like Infinity War better.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's.
Show me number 1.
But well, when we went Thursday night, we went to the Thursday night showing. Our Cineplex has 14 different theaters.
Yeah.
Avengers was showing in 13 of them.
Yeah, it's a monster.
Like the only other movie showing was like Breakthrough in one theater, and then
fuck that movie.
13 theaters of Avengers.
Half the hallway we went down, so the half the theater, half I'd say was it, so it's 7.
7
6
theaters
were
down.
showing Endgame, and 1 was showing Shazam.
Okay.
Was Captain Marvel at our local one?
Not the Thursday night. I think they canceled everything. They probably couldn't cancel.
Okay, I
they
gotcha.
probably had already sold a ticket for Breakthrough, so they couldn't cancel it. Because I think they just canceled everything and put in more
Avengers.
showings of Avengers.
Smart move. I did watch the original Iron Man on cable this weekend.
Oh, they were showing all those Marvel
Yeah.
movies.
I haven't seen that one probably in about 4 years or so. Really enjoyed that again. I watched it pretty much right after he got captured. I really enjoyed that movie a lot, more than I thought. The ending was a little goofy with the, Stone being the robot. I knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to
Yeah.
happen. But I was like, not bad. But I still like the montage of him building it and try and break out of the cave and that. And
I love the first suit.
yeah, the big metal thing.
Uh-huh.
Well, it kind of looked like the first suit in
It
the
did.
comic book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Which
And it went up. But I mean, I really enjoyed it. And then the
Mark
ending is
I,
best.
yeah.
Hey, I'm Iron Man. Here's your story. And it made me laugh because Agent Coulson was great in it. And it was like,
Yeah.
oh, God, here's your story.
And I was caught completely surprised when he said, "I am Iron Man," because it's like secret identity.
Yep.
He's not going to admit to it. But in the comics, I think it took 40 years before Iron Man's persona became public. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think, when he then ran or became Secretary of Defense or something. Mm-hmm. And nope, he's like, one movie and screw it, I'm Iron Man.
Just because of his ego. And
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was perfectly cast for.
they said,
Stark.
came out today, he made $75 million on Infinity War. He renegotiated his contract to get the back end of it.
Yeah, well, fuck yeah.
Well, I don't blame him. I'm just
Yeah,
telling you.
no, I'm.
They said Hemsworth got 15 to 20 million per the last couple. Trying to think who else was up there. Chris Evans was in there, but they said Downey was the one that basically was like, "Yeah, I'm getting."
Oh, he took a percent. I mean, renegotiating. There's no. I'll take a percentage of
I think
the gross anytime. Once you found out these were already a hit.
He was in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
for 5 minutes. I think they said he got paid $15
I
million.
think it said 3 days of shooting.
3 days. That's what it was. $15 million. $15 million. So good for him. He created the whole franchise basically just because of his. If that first one didn't land, who knows if anything else would have.
No, it wouldn't have.
And Jon Favreau did a great job with it too,
Yeah.
directing it. So sorry, that was. I just remember seeing that. I was like, oh, I haven't seen this one in ages. So what else we got?
next we have From Bob. The Joker movie looks like an indie film, and not in a good way.
Have you seen this, Jeff?
I have not.
I have seen the
Trailer?
preview, the trailer, and I don't think it looks. I don't think it looks awful. I'll probably see it theaters, maybe, but definitely when it comes out onto streaming services.
Yeah, I still have to see Venom, and I kind of equate this to Venom that I just don't care enough to go see it in theaters. But I will watch it, sometime.
I think the casting's right. I think Joaquin Phoenix, he's batshit crazy himself. So no, he really is.
I saw that Letterman interview.
Did he try to kick someone?
No, that was Crispin Glover.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Who personally I thought should have been
The Joker?
The Joker when they were casting Heath Ledger. I'm like, why are you not taking Crispin Glover?
Or at least as the Riddler. He could have been a good Riddler, too.
No, he was a Joker.
Well, I get that, but I'm just saying.
See, everyone just assumes the Riddler's a second-rate Joker, and the Riddler is so different. No.
I agree. I'm not doubting that.
I think Gotham handled that better.
The
I like
Riddler
the-
in Gotham was better than most.
Even the Penguin was good.
Like Jim Carrey is the Riddler. It's like, well, as I said, Jim Carrey is the Riddler, and Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face are trying to out-Joker each other.
Yep.
Those guys were so bad in that.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Plus, they screwed over Billy D. Williams.
Yep.
Bastards. Did you guys, speaking of Jim Carrey, did you guys see the new Sonic the Hedgehog trailer?
I saw everyone bitching about it, but I didn't actually watch the trailer yet.
I'm not bitching about it because, oh no, you destroyed Sonic. It looks bad. And Jim Carrey looks...
like you can destroy Sonic, right?
Well, that's what I mean.
Really?
But the other thing is, it looks like the CGI. On our Facebook page, I put something about it looks like something that came out when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie came out, the original. And it looks bad. Like
I saw Weird Al tweeted he was angry that they were using a parody of his Amish Paradise in the trailer.
oh, I didn't even think of that because it was Gangster's Paradise. That's right. You think he could sue?
I think he's thinking about it.
I wonder what made more money, Amish Paradise or Gangster Paradise?
At the time, probably Gangster's Paradise. Throughout the time,
Yeah.
like when they were both popular, Gangster's Paradise was more popular, but Weird Al's
Amish.
staying power. I mean, when was the last time you even heard of Coolio doing anything.
That's true. Dangerous Minds 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, that's right. He's the teacher now.
Oh, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Okay, what else we got?
And next we have from Besotted Geek. Besides Hobie, what major property has the worst fan base? Hashtag LF.
Listener feedback.
Left field.
Yes.
Left field.
It depends on how you're defining worst. If you're talking about like just being terrible human beings, or if you're talking about the fact that they're following a property that's just not that good. Because I'm thinking, I'm personally sick and tired of Harry Potter fans, because Harry Potter was okay at best, not life altering or something the way people treat it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're not bad people; they're just misguided.
I'm going Boston sports fans.
Oh,
I could probably agree with that.
I agree with you on that one.
I mean, they've surpassed New York sports fans for being for being awful.
Have any of them surpassed fans of the University of Kentucky basketball program?
Oh, that's a good one.
I think they might have.
Oh, I don't know.
They are so full of themselves now because they're winning, and they are just horrible to be around.
Yeah, but at least Boston fans know there's other teams out there. University of Kentucky fans, I don't think, do.
They really don't know there's other teams
Well,
out there.
at the bar last week, this game one of the Blue Jackets Bruins series.
Mm-hmm.
We have it on. I have it on two televisions at the bar, and on one television with the sound is the Reds game.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the 4 or 5 Boston guys. Well, they come in and they ask me, "Can you turn on the Boston game?" It was on commercial. They didn't bother looking around. I'm like, it's on these 2 televisions and that one over there too. Oh, okay, thanks. And then they come up, "Can you turn the sound on for it?" And I said, if you can point out in this bar where we have any neons or signs for the Blue Jackets or the Bruins, I'll turn it on. As we have 5 red signs and neons hanging up around the bar. And they're like, well, I can write something on the wall. I'm like, no.
Are you writing it in neon?
If you do, that would be kind of cool.
And anyway, when the jukebox comes on in like 8 minutes, you're going to bitch then.
Who listens to the game in a bar? You watch it. Most bars you're not going to hear it.
And these said Boston fans were sitting at the bar and these 2 televisions that were right in front of them. And then they got up and moved to a table slowly behind it. And instead of sitting at the table, they stood at the bar behind a couple people next to the seats they got up from and were just annoying.
So that's why you're lambasting the whole fan base.
No, that's just the Bruins fans, and they might be the best.
Yeah, the Bruins are the best of the Boston area fans.
I'm going to say...
because, the Patriots fans all suck.
Oh, but the Patriots aren't a Boston team.
Oh, yeah, they're closer
They're
to
a Foxborough
Providence.
team, which is closer to Providence, Rhode Island than it is to Boston, Massachusetts.
Go Rhode Island. Star Wars fans kind of annoy me, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Oh, I didn't think of them.
What about Trekkies?
No.
Trekkers?
No, Trekkies.
Trekkies don't exist, according to Trekkers.
I know.
With Star Wars fans, I love Star Wars. I love that people are excited about it. It's the segment that just has now destroyed Star Wars.
I think I'll agree with you on this.
They get so angry at the dumbest reasons.
Like Blake?
I wasn't going to say his name.
He's not just going to hear this. I can say whatever I want to about Blake. He's never going to hear it.
If
He
you're
might
me,
listen.
you can say it every week, and he still doesn't hear it. It's okay.
And if you guys want to, go ahead and tweet at Blake as much as you want.
Yes. They really the whole thing, it just annoys me how much hatred they get for something they're supposed to love, and they don't.
This one was too much like the first ones.
Here's a new one.
This one's way too different. I don't like it.
Bring it back to the original. Why wasn't it like Empire?
Because we already did Empire. Why do we want to do another one just like it?
I don't like Rose. She's a woman. She intimidates me. Ray is a lightsaber. No woman could beat me up. No. I'm going to suck on my thumb. Go fuck yourself. God, that fucking pisses me off. Ray can beat me up. You know what? None of them can beat you up. It's a fucking fictional movie.
They don't exist.
Jesus. But you know what?
Fake. That CGI is so fake. They're in space.
You know what? I hope Daisy Ridley does see you and beat you up, you piece of shit. God.
I might let that happen.
I would. Keep going, Daisy. Just keep going. Keep going, Mr. Ridley. Keep going. Oh my God, that pisses me off. And it's just a small segment, but that really
That's a
irks
vocal
me.
segment.
It is, and it just
Yeah, you're right.
pisses-
That's a lot more annoying.
And I'm a huge
They are the
Star Wars
worst.
fan. I really am, and it's like,
I changed my answer.
and that's the thing too. Like comic book fans, Jeff and I collect comic books. Like comic book fans with movies are like, oh, it's not like that in the comic books. Yeah, they change it, but you have some people that are diehards like that. But you really don't have a lot. Star Wars, there is no fucking books to go to compare it to, so you don't know what they're writing.
Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, jeez.
Because they got rid of the extended universe. Oh my God, they like blew their brains. So they're, what do you mean that's no longer canon?
You mean those 30 books I read don't count anymore? Well, they do because they're part of your
they do
reading.
because you read them and enjoyed them. That's
Who
the only
cares?
thing that matters.
If you want them to be canon, they can be. Nobody, Catherine is not coming to your house to take those away from you. It's not like guns. Oh, sorry, down the hall. Obama took those guns away.
Not taking my guns.
No one's taking your guns.
Okay.
Pew pew.
From Bob again.
Is this the same Bob?
Hey, it is. It is. He said they had to do this just because of me, so I appreciate this.
So, Jason, since the Cardinals drafted a quarterback again, do they legally have to change their name to the Browns? At least they traded Rosen for a lot. Oh, no, not really.
So that thumb of a GM, the guy that looks like a thumb, a human
Honey Boo
thumb.
Boo's mom?
Yeah, it's Stephen Kine.
She lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. And
She's still ugly.
Yeah, she and got arrested recently.
And you're not
or
talking
something.
physical. You're talking inside. Still ugly. Yep,
Yeah.
yep. She still is. Stephen Kine, the human thumb. I don't know what's going on. Kyler Murray. Oh my God. I'm nothing against Murray, but geez, old Pete, man, what the hell are you doing? Nick Bosa's out there. Bosa.
If
Offensive line.
Again, if the guy he just hired as coach said, I want Kyler Murray, that's what I think I can win with.
But he's a quarterback's coach. He can make any quarterback good, is what he said. It's his system. It's not the player. Really? Then why couldn't you do that with Rosen? Oh, I'm sorry. Rosen had me, Jim, and Jeff as his offensive line. Yeah, I'm sure. I don't know why he stunk. Oh, my God.
Well, they had
I didn't
Andre
get any
Smith
money
and
for
then
being
cut him.
his offensive line.
Neither did his real offensive line, trust me.
They
'cause
had Andre
stunk.
Smith for the first half of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Tits McGee over there. Oh, no, that's Levi Jones. Sorry. Oh, no, that was Andre Smith with the shirt off.
That was
wasn't it?
Andre
yeah,
Smith.
yeah,
That's Andre
yeah,
Smith,
yeah.
Yeah, don't insult Levi Jones.
Levi Jones
when you
was a
mean
good-
to insult Andre
Levi
Smith.
Jones!
Levi Jones was a decent quarterback, decent lineman.
Oh, okay. We got a this just in on listener feedback. This is from Blake as he is watching Oak Island.
Oh,
He says, wooden boards packed with clay. So exciting. So that's live tweeting or live messaging from watching Oak Island.
wow.
Wooden board. So they found wood.
Most likely, it was probably put there under one of the other failed digs. Oh, we found somebody else's platform.
What else we got?
Next, we have from Nick Albright.
Oh, yeah. You ready?
Not as bad as he usually picks.
No.
Gold dust.
But then he does that shit and ruins it.
Break it down for him, Jim.
Jeff
Oh.
Anos, if you earned $1.2 billion over a weekend,
A long weekend.
what would you do with the rest of your life? Assuming you stop working your current job.
I want to lick
Hashtag.
this microphone.
Jason loves Jack. I can't even say it.
Oh,
I want to lick this mic.
So, what would you do?
whatever the fuck I wanted. I mean, $1.2 billion, I wouldn't even give it a second thought. I would wake up every morning and just do what came to mind.
Hookers and blow?
Probably, if that's what came to mind.
So Jeff would be dead by day 2. Would you hire a high-end hooker? Or would you do hire a low one?
With $1.2 billion, I'd get high end.
Okay. So at least $50.
He would
Wow.
$50 to $100
he would
range.
actually get Julia Roberts.
Well, we know Demi Moore will do it for $1 million. I saw that movie.
Elizabeth Berkley would do it for $1,000 for the year. You know what, though? I bet you could get Chris Pratt.
Ooh.
I bet you he would do it for about $5 million a year.
The-
I would do it just so I could rub.
The ex-Mrs. Chris Pratt? Would you go there?
I could go there.
I would do the Chris Pratt because I would just
Think
rub.
I could just pay Dax Shepard off to leave?
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
I think I would just get Chris Pratt and rub butter over his abs. Look at the ripples. Look at the ripples.
I'd put that on Chris Hemsworth's abs.
Oh
Especially,
Yeah.
the way they look now.
I would probably do it if you're going wrestlers like with great physique use. I would probably do Shane.
Physicuse?
Yes.
Physique Physiques?
Yes, I would probably do Shane McMahon. That ab.
Physique? Physique.
It's like a Suzy Q.
Okay. Well, let's move on because Jason just made it awkward now.
Oh yeah, I made it awkward. Okay,
Well, you mentioned Shane McMahon. That makes everything awkward.
that's true. That is true.
From the Superiority Complex at Soup Complex. What's your favorite film from the year you were born?
So I looked this up. Let me open my list here. And either I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of most of the movies, or I haven't seen a whole lot of the movies from the year I was born. But let's see. I've got choice 3 of them that I have on my list here was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, A Clockwork Orange, and Bananas. So apparently they liked food in 1971.
Which suits you.
Yeah, so but it's between those 3 and I just couldn't figure out which one I was going to choose.
Okay.
Granted, I know the I forgot the name of the movie that won the Academy Award. It's like very highly touted, but I've never seen it. French Connection.
Oh, okay.
It's like I never saw it, so I can't say that one. But
I had the Muppet movie. This is probably my favorite. The Jerk. Moonraker came out that year,
no, that was one of the worst movies ever.
and The
made.
Black Hole from Disney. Ugh. Rocky 2 was out that year. So I actually had a pretty good Meatballs. Gotta go with that. Jim, North Dallas 40.
Oh, yeah.
No, I would probably say The Jerk is mine favorite movie from that year. The Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie, that was actually really good too. I enjoyed that. The cartoon.
I don't remember it being.
It's
a
all Looney
specific
Tunes
movie.
movies. That's all it was.
Oh,
It was great. And the Apple Dumpling Gang.
ooh!
No, that was awful.
I remember
the
watching
Apple Dumpling Gang came out in 1975.
Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again.
Sorry, that was my bad. Sorry.
Yeah,
Because I'm looking at my list.
Okay.
I remember we went and saw the Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again in the theater.
Oh, Alien came out the year I was born too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So we have the Apple Dumpling Gang, Escape the Witch Mountain, Rooster Cogburn.
So you had no good movies so
Oh,
far.
no, these are just kind of the bad ones. Death Race 2000, Shampoo,
Shampoo.
Tommy,
Tommy, can you hear me?
Rollerball.
Boing.
The original rollerball.
Still not good.
A Boy and His Dog. The Stepford Wives.
Oh, with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
The Man Who Would Be King. Dog Day Afternoon. Barry Lyndon. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That was what won the thingy Oscar that year.
Yes. The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
There you go. That's your winner.
Jaws.
Dum,
And my winner,
dum.
Monty Python's Search for the Holy Grail.
Oh. Mine did have Monty Python's and Now for Something Completely Different,
Okay.
but all that was they redid classic skits from the Flying Circus TV show
Yeah.
that weren't as good as the original from the TV show.
Mine had Life of Brian.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
So we get Monty Python years.
Yeah, we could do that. I still like The Jerk better. That's probably one of my favorite comedies.
Life of Brian the Jerk. That's close.
You know,
He hates these cans.
I will say 2 of my 3 favorite comedies of all time were from your years. The 2 Monty Pythons,
Mm-hmm.
Holy Grail and Life of Brian. The other one is Clue, and that was 85. Or
We're not that young.
87, I'm sorry. I think 87. I don't remember now.
Well, I like that question, though. That was a fun question.
That was a fun question.
Thank you, Superiority Complex.
I had Harold and Maude in my year, too.
Oh.
You never even saw it.
Yeah, we had to watch that for a film class. Oh. Of course, it's also been 20 years, so I could have been completely wrong on it.
It's also not something, say, an 18, 19-year-old would like, but a 40-year-old might enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have from the Ditman. Discussion my wife and I had on the drive down to Gatlinburg. Can a trucker give himself a handle, or is a trucker handle something like a nickname? Hashtag can't give yourself a nickname.
I thought when he originally tweeted this at Bad Ideas Podcast, he said, "Can a trucker give himself a handy?" And I thought, well, yeah, he probably could.
He probably does a lot.
Yes. I would not recommend it.
That was DLE, not DIE.
Yes. Hobie does not recommend trucker handies. So
At least while driving.
Correct.
You can pull over into the rest stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
And get one of the lot lizards to come over.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Jack.
Jeff.
I think he can give himself his own handle.
I'll go with it. I'll prove it.
Will we?
I
Well,
think
that's the
so.
thing is, it's the handle is what you refer to yourself as, because no one says, breaker. This is crap. I can't say the name I want to use, so this is Gregor.
The GIMP actually had an answer to this. He responded, when he unzipped his zipper from his mouth. He did say that as long as the trucker puts in glitter on the side of the truck, he can name himself the handle. So I like that one. I would be Candy Cane. Candy Cane.
No, you wouldn't.
Candy Cane. Love that movie. Just because I can say it. Candy Cane.
He doesn't mispronounce candy cane. That's the one word in the English language he will not mispronounce.
You almost made me spit up dandelion root.
And finally, from Professor Number One at Doctor Number One, BS. Where were your birthday wishes for Kevin James last week? I wasn't on the show. Sorry, Professor Number One. I wasn't here last week. I dropped the ball.
Well, let me just say that I do not apologize for not saying it to Kevin James because he can go fuck himself. That's what I'm saying right now. And if he was here, I would throat punch him. Allegedly. Not Jonathan Lipnicki, though. Not Lipnicki. So there you go. There's your listener feedback. Let's get to some news of the geek.
It's time for another installment of the news of the geek.
Dun, 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 dun. Per vulture.
Caw.
I didn't screw that one up.
Yeah, I didn't screw up vulture.
It's a tumultuous time.
Yeah, you fucked that up.
Tumultuous.
I tried. And that's why you failed.
The lesson is never try.
Thanks, Homer.
For America's most nominally reserved game show, I can't even say it. The Nerd and Jeopardy community reckons not only is Jeopardy struggling with Alex Trebek's cancer diagnosis. Anybody ever found out if he's doing better? As he said,
He released something about 2 weeks ago saying, he's still fighting, but they haven't given any specifics.
come on, Alex. Anyways, but the champion juggernaut James
Holzhauer?
thank you, Holzhauer. His wins have increased attention to Jeopardy lately. Actually revealed a horrifying truth lurking at the very center of the show's heart. I don't think it's really horrifying.
I do.
Vulture regrets to inform you that both Kennings and Holzhauser have confirmed that contestants are no longer allowed to wager $69 as their final Jeopardy bets. Grunk can never be on the show. Perhaps the decision to ban the funny sex number is merely in keeping with the show's overall ethos, which focuses on singular dominance over the joys of pleasure shared. But it's still a bit of a bummer, especially given that this show is this is a show that once allowed a contestant to trick Trebek into saying "Turd Ferguson" on air.
That was funny.
Holzhauser went on to say that $69 is only one of 5 apparently banned wager amounts, and he wasn't joking. Basically, the numbers that were not allowed, and this is according to Reddit, which I still don't know exactly how they do it.
Yeah, well, somehow the former contestants who were told what they can't do have released or leaked.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's $14, $88, and $14.88. I guess they're all associated with neo-Nazi.
Apparently, it's neo-Nazi propaganda.
I had no idea.
Like, somebody wrote something that were like the 14 points, and so I suppose neo-Nazis used 14 as a rallying number, and
dear.
88 was something else that had something to do with that, too, and so
okay.
they used... What, you got something?
Anyways, also, 666 is also out.
Yeah, they won't let you
Do the Mark of the Devil.
the number of the beast, man.
But 420 is allowed. I'm kind of surprised by that.
They'll when they realize it, they'll change
They're
it.
taking
I
it out,
bet.
you think? So that was just some little fun Jeopardy facts about
And
that.
I like 80085 is not banned.
Boobs.
Boobs.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
But you have to have $80,000
Correct.
to wager it. But I'm going to wager boobs.
This might be my favorite story of the week. So I was watching the news a couple days ago, and this actually came on, and I for a second thought this was The Onion has infiltrated my local news. It was not. This was all in Fox News, but it was also on a lot of local things. The NFL draft was in Nashville this week, and they closed down a lot of streets, and it looked really cool how they set it up. And a lot of parties and a lot of bars were taking private parties.
Yeah, they all went to private parties and private venues, so they closed to the public.
So football fans flocked to Nashville for the draft, but not everyone was pleased. Nashville has become the most popular destination for bachelorette parties, with excited brides in white sashes spotted downtown on pedal taverns, which is like the bikes with
The bike bars.
Yeah, with their
wagons.
faithful bridesmaids. But for a select few who planned their trips during the NFL draft on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, they were not happy. Quote, one maid of honor, the NFL caused all the bars to shut down in Nashville, so all the plans I had made months ago for my best friend's bachelorette party are now canceled due to draft this weekend.
Yeah, my feeling when I heard that, I'm like, you planned this months ago and didn't check to see if the venues were going to be open.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, NFL, for ruining the bachelorette party. I've been planning for months.
Planning for months, yet you don't even know if the venue you wanted to use was open.
I guess she figured that $1,500 a night for hotel stay is just typical in Nashville.
That is true. One woman, Abby Chicka, on Twitter said, only we would, she didn't complain though, she said, only we would accidentally plan my bachelorette party on the same weekend as the NFL draft. So she went with it. The reason why this is even funnier is I saw there was a 2-minute segment on the local news that was obviously pulled from the Nashville local news, and they had 2 women.
Oh my God, their faces.
And it's not like they weren't attractive. We're not saying that. They just looked ugly inside and out. They looked like they had no soul.
They were trying to breathe fire.
Yes. They're like the ones like, oh my God, like my friend here only, and this is almost an exact quote, only gets married one time in her life. And how many times do you have the NFL draft? Every year? We didn't know that until 3 months ago. And that was one of the things. And I looked up and I'm like, this isn't real, right? This isn't a real thing. Oh, no, it is. And then her one friend's like, well, it doesn't matter because my husband's going to be the one that pays for this. He's not allowed watching football the rest of the year, and I'm not watching it either. Super Bowl? Nope, not watching it.
Sounds like somebody's getting a divorce.
Yeah. You might be able to have a bachelor party because this wedding's not happening now. If you're that type of person.
It was one who was already
It was the
married.
bridesmaids. Yeah, she was married already.
It was the bridesmaid.
Oh,
It
the
was-
bridesmaid's husband is not.
Yeah.
Yes.
To which my wife says, well, he seemed miserable anyways, probably before this. Even my wife said that. She's like, well, she seems like that's a miserable relationship. But they were getting so pissed off. And I'm like, plan accordingly, people.
We planned this months ago. Then you would have known that the NFL draft was coming in. Because I'm surprised you got hotels.
Yeah.
Yeah, you planned it months ago. No. You decided months ago that's what you wanted to do. There was no planning involved.
Well, a couple of the bridesmaids were upset, bachelorette parties were upset because they had to actually get out, and I'm not kidding, from the pedal thing. They dropped them off a couple blocks away from the bars, and they had to walk to it.
Yeah.
Because traffic was shut down.
Yes, and the streets are shut down.
The street was shut down all like Broadway.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. What do you expect? So, yeah, this was... I don't even know what to say to this. I don't. I really don't. So, congratulations, idiots.
I'm now a bigger fan of the NFL.
I know, and I really don't want to be.
Not Roger Goodell, just
no,
the
no,
NFL.
No. Yeah.
All I know is if one of these ladies died, they'd be up for the Worsley Award.
If they got ran over by a pedal
Yeah, she fell off the pedal wagon as she was yelling at people, NFL teams.
Blake sent this over. Do you think a lot of people were asked to speak to their managers that week at the restaurants?
Oh, yeah. I heard I read something on like Twitter where the person like, yeah, the most frequently asked question was, "Can I speak with your manager?"
It just makes me laugh because I'm like, oh my God, my friend only gets married one time in his life. I don't think that's going to be true. So there you go. Let's do some talk from our friends. But before we do that, Jeff, do you know what's going on September 20th through the 22nd?
I do.
What's going on?
It's the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Oh, hot damn! I'm going to go there.
You should, Jim. Are you going to be there?
I'll be there.
I'll be there. Blake?
Who else is going to be there?
You think Blake will be there?
No, probably not.
Oh. But we'll be playing trivia at our booth.
Yes.
And we're not the only ones that are going to be there. Oh, no. I mean, we're big. I mean, don't get us wrong. We're big. Bigger than the Beatles, even. But Gotham fans will be excited for Marina.
Marina Baccarin.
Thank you. She's also in Deadpool.
And Firefly.
Yes. Ben McKenzie.
Oh, who else from Firefly is going to be there?
Sean Mayer. Not the singer.
Mar is
and
it
who
pronounced
else?
Mar? I
Mar.
can't
Yeah, the
remember.
doctor.
And somebody else?
Yep.
And Alan Tudyk.
Oh,
Oh, Alan Tudyk is going to be there.
And
Joel State.
Jewel State.
oh, I didn't,
Kaylee.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I
I'm a
think
fan.
I think that was released last Wednesday.
Yes.
that
Okay.
Jewel State will be there.
Nichelle Nichols from Star Trek is going to be there too. So that's nice to see.
Uhura?
Uhura, yes.
We got two people from Umbrella Academy are going to be there.
Yes.
Justin Min.
Number 6.
Is that 6?
Yes.
U6,
Okay.
yes.
And Emmy Raver Lampman.
Number 3.
3.
Yep. She's the Hollywood star, right?
I heard a rumor.
I've gotten through 6 episodes. I'm almost done. I'm getting there.
Get there.
On a positive note, Jeff, I did see more episodes of The Orville. I'm only 2 episodes left.
So
3 episodes behind.
So you saw the one with the female Mocklins.
Yes.
Were you thrilled at the rallying cry that she used to unite and to give her
Oh wait, no,
speech?
I'm not. I'm actually right at the speech.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm right because I actually was still on in my room. I was like, oh shoot, I got to turn it off before I go to the podcast. I did like the episode with Bortus smoking. Bortus might be one of my favorite characters in that show. But anyways, he won't be there. But Bernard Hill, first USA signing ever. He was in Lord of the Rings and the Titanic.
Theoden King.
Alan Harris from who's Bosk in Empire Strikes Back. He's going to be there. Yeah. David Bradley from Doctor Who, The Strain, and Harry Potter and Game of Thrones is going to be there as well. And just announced last week, Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Brent Spiner.
Yep. Yeah. He was just announced last week, so take a look at that. But yeah, September 20th through the 22nd, you can go to CincinnatiComicExpo.com. Go to our Facebook page. We'll have all the announcements as well if you need to. Yeah. And like I said, go ahead and come on down to Cincinnati for it and come say hi to Hobie. We have lots of prizes to be given away. Yes. Good ones this year.
A lot of prizes that Jason's wife wants him to
get rid of.
So
I got a lot of Funko Pops.
Come down and win them.
Yes, Trivial Pursuit, Funko Pops, Miss Cleo games. Don't know if it's a game, but it's something.
It's a tarot deck.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And a video cassette on how to use it.
It is a video cassette. Rumor is that I'm going to get a lot more of this Cleo games. Can't wait.
Rumor has it.
Hey, hooligans, this is Michael.
This is Michelle.
This is Jeremy.
From Who the What Now?
The show about
strange stories from the internet.
And Bigfoot came over and beat his ass. He knocked him around a little bit, and he just kind of went limp, and Bigfoot left.
Pop culture.
Jean-Claude Van Clam.
I thought
Jean-Claude Van Clam was supposed to be the alien in Predator. Mm-hmm. And did a jump splits and ended up with his bash right in the dude's face.
That's his
do I get the part?
In our crazy lives.
I'm like, oh, there's a cat on my back. And then all of a sudden I feel something. I feel a furry paw go down my ass crack. Just slide right down my ass crack. I was like, what are you doing?
You can catch us on all your favorite podcast applications.
Spotify.
iTunes.
Libsyn.
iHeartRadio.
Stitcher.
Your mamas. And wherever else they have quality podcasts.
So don't miss out on the next
Who the What
Now?
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
All right. Well, let's see. The bombs per 411 Mania. Dumbo dropped 51% in its fifth weekend. Hey, it made it in the 5 weekends.
That's true.
To 33.2 million as it tries to avoid as much loss against its $170 million budget as possible. Disney's solo misfires this year so far have made 107 misfire. I only singular, not plural.
Solo misfire too. Don't worry.
Soul.
Oh, sorry.
Disney's Soul misfire. Okay. Damn you, 401 Mania! You're making me sound like Jason. Is only made 107 million domestically and 327 million overseas.
Unfortunately, they said it was a pretty big marketing budget.
Yeah, but see, I was reading an article about the biggest box office bombs of all time,
and
they gave the budget. They gave how much it made, both domestically and internationally, and how much it lost.
Mm-hmm.
And the numbers never added up. And I'm like, marketing budget should be included in its budget then, especially if you know at least to the nearest million how much it lost.
Mm-hmm.
Then you know approximately what the marketing budget is.
Correct.
Put that in your thing. I mean, math is a simple language. It should work out
Addition's
evenly.
a simple language. It's addition and subtraction.
That's what I mean by math.
Yes. Not long division, though. Fuck that.
Fuck third grade.
Yeah.
While it didn't make the top 10, a call-out has been made for Hellboy's insane third weekend drop. The box office bomb became even more of one this weekend when it fell 92%. Just $355,000 in its third weekend. Only $1/3
It lost 91% of its screens, though.
Well, there's a reason for that. It had $21.5 million domestically against a $50 million budget. And domestically, it won't even make half of its budget back.
355,000.
Well, it was only on like 12 screens.
But in a third, oh, that's a good budget for 12 screens.
Yeah.
Then. No. Well, it fell 92%, losing 91% of its screen, so it held on per screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
The positive for me is that I'm going to be able to see it sooner on TV. So that's good. That's good.
I was going to try and get to the theater, but it wasn't playing anywhere this weekend.
San Antonio, Texas has a screening, if you can make it.
Yeah, I'll hop a flight to San Antonio just so I can catch.
Does that count as part of what it makes?
We made $1,400 more.
Anyway, the top 5 of this weekend, a little movie called Avengers: Endgame made $350 million in its opening weekend on a budget of $350 million.
I predict bust.
Yeah. So domestically, it only made its money back.
I think it's ridiculous.
Good thing there's foreign markets like China. Did you hear about the guy in Hong Kong who got beat up and had to be hospitalized?
Yeah, because he was giving spoilers out.
He was leaving the theater talking spoilers, and people in line beat him up.
Oh, he kind of deserved it. 100% he deserved it.
He pulled a Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
I actually have no issue with that. Yeah, I mean, you're just being an asshole.
You're a hateful person doing that.
Yeah.
Did it make you feel better to spoil these?
Well, see, that's the
people's
thing
fun?
is the way I was reading it, it didn't say he was yelling spoilers out to people. He might have been talking with his friends as they were leaving the theater. Just kind of.
No.
Keep moving.
He had to have been an ass about it to get his ass beat like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Anyway, number 2 is the Marvel Cinematic Universe's own Captain Marvel. Made another $8 million, a total of $414 million on a $152 million budget.
First ever time 2 Marvel movies was number 1 and 2.
At the same
box
time?
office, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's probably the closest they've ever released 2 of them.
Captain
too.
Marvel was number 4 last week. Before that, it was like 8. And it's been moved up because of this.
I don't know if it moved up or everything else just moved down.
Maybe that's it.
I think some people wanted to get refreshed with the most recent one. So
DC was really excited because their movies, when they came out, they were 18th and 19th in a row. So that was good. That was good.
That was good.
Hey, there's a DC movie on this list.
Oh, my bad. Yes, that's true.
Number 3 is The Curse of La Llorona.
La 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 la.
Made $7.5 million, a total of $41.5 million on a $9 million budget.
People will always go watch horror films.
Jason's Favorite Breakthrough made another $6.5 million, a total of $26 million on a $14 million budget. And Shazam made another $5.5 million, a total of $131 million on a $100 million budget.
Still need to see that.
So 3 superhero movies in this week's top 5.
Good job, Captain Marvel.
Movies coming out this week that will be eclipsed by Avengers Endgame are The Intruder.
A young married couple buy a beautiful house on several acres of land, only to find out that the man they bought it from refuses to let go of the property.
Then you shouldn't have sold.
Megan Good and Michael Ealy are the couple, and I assume that Dennis Quaid is the bad guy in this.
You sure it's not Randy Quaid?
That's Dennis Quaid. It's
Oh,
not Randy.
okay. That
Randy
sounds like
Quaid-
something Randy Quaid would do.
That's Randy Quaid's real life.
Dennis Quaid's like, okay, guys, I got an idea for a movie.
I'm basing it off my brother. Also coming out, Long Shot.
When Fred Flarsky reunites with his first crush, one of the most influential women in the world, Charlotte Field, he charms her. As she prepares to make a run for the presidency, Charlotte hires Fred as her speechwriter, and sparks fly.
Seth Rogen, Charlize Theron. Actually, kind of looking forward to it.
It looked amusing, the previews I saw.
It's rated R, too, so that's kind of nice that they won't hold back.
I was a little surprised though. I saw Long Shot. I thought it was going to be about the Marvel X-Men character.
Oh, better than Dazzler.
Ooh, and Andy Serkis is in it.
Him and Dazzler were like paired up.
So awful. Andy Serkis, does he play a gorilla?
No, he doesn't.
Fred has a pet gorilla. The Grape Ape.
And also coming out, Ugly Dolls.
The free-spirited ugly dogs confront what it means to be different, struggle with their desire to be loved, and ultimately discover that you don't have to be perfect to be amazing, because who you truly are is what matters most.
Did you say dog or doll?
Dolls.
Okay, I thought you said dog, and I'm like, well, my thing says dolls. I'm just not. I'm trying to figure out what this movie is about. Is it about puppies?
Oh, we haven't done a
It's an
Happy
animated film.
About dolls?
Yeah,
not dogs.
Yeah, dolls.
Okay, yeah.
And
I was thinking it
who's
was about
doing the voice? Kelly Clarkson.
Since you've been gone, I can't breathe without you.
Nick
Since
Jonas?
you've been gone.
Janelle Monáe.
Nick Jonas?
Yeah. Blake Shelton.
Nick Jonas.
Pitbull.
Story of
They
my
have all these great
life.
singers. Then Gabriel Iglesias. Wanda Sykes.
I'm Fluffy.
Did Kevin Spacey become fluffy?
No, I think you were just making your Kevin Spacey.
Since you've been gone, I can't breathe
Bebe
without
Rexha.
you.
Lizzo. Emma Roberts.
Emma Roberts?
Yeah.
Eric Roberts' daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Since you've been gone.
We're going to have to eat Eric Roberts.
Since you've been gone. Since you've been gone.
All right. Well, that's our box office news for the week.
Since you've been gone.
And we're going to do something else so Jason will stop singing.
Since you've been gone. Jeff, what's that music stand for?
That music stands for Top 5 list.
And what's our top 5 this week? Favorite
Well,
Kelly Clarkson songs?
according to our outline, it is the top 5 favorite Marvel after credit scenes.
This was recommended by our guest, Doug. Doug's been really quiet this week.
He's been very quiet.
Yeah. But he got sick because he realized that how much he had to pay for Disney next trip. So he could not be here this week. So we're still doing top
Disney
5.
just made $1.2 billion this weekend. I think they can lower the costs on other things now.
They won't.
Oh.
Top 5 Marvel after credit scenes.
Yeah, I kind of dropped the Marvel part of that.
So did I.
Oh, I didn't tell you that yesterday.
I know.
I'm like,
A lot
I'm like,
more movies did it other than just Marvel.
and the very limited number of MCU movies out there.
Yes.
There's 22.
And one of them didn't have after credit scenes.
That's true.
Which one was that?
I can't spoil it.
Shazam.
That
Jim,
did.
Jim, what's your number 5?
My number 5, I'm going to go with one of the movies that was first credited with after credit scenes.
Mm-hmm.
The Muppet Movie. 1979. Pretty much, they were during the credits. They were all in the movie theater, walk around talking, and then they go to Animal, and he yelled at everybody to go home. Bye.
Okay. Forgot about that. That's good.
Now, that kind of leads into my number 5.
What's your number 5?
I've got a tie.
Okay.
I hope he did.
Mm-hmm.
I got Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where he comes out after the credits and says, "You're still here? Go home. Leave."
You know, I watched that the other day, too.
Yes.
Most of it.
Yeah.
And
And then I tied that with Deadpool.
Which one was that?
That's the one where Deadpool comes out dressed like Ferris Bueller and says,
Oh.
"What, you're still here? Go home. Leave."
My number 5 is Vulture is confronted by Scorpion in prison in Spider-Man Homecoming. And basically Scorpion Mac goes up to him and goes, "I heard you know who Spider-Man is. Like, if I knew who he was, would I tell you?" And so, but the Vulture and Scorpion, because even in the books, they kind of have like a little They have
love-hate relationship.
Yeah. So I really thought that was cool because I like that they're doing lesser Spider-Man villains. We don't need Green Goblin. Bring some of those guys in.
Yeah, what he said.
My number 4 was from Thor Ragnarok. Was the Grandmaster attempts to call a draw to the Revolution when he's dumped out of the ship at the end. He's down there. The revolutionary people come over. They're about ready to kill him. He's like, no, okay, we'll call it a draw. And then he tried to kiss ass, and then they basically...
So you like the Jeff Goldblum's humor.
It was just Jeff Goldblum. So there you go. That's my number 4.
My number 4 is Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Okay.
You
know what? That's a good one.
I suppose the thing is, I suppose it's a mid-credit scene where they show the family leaving, and the mom's like, "So how'd you like the movie?" And it's like, "Oh, fine." But the one scene that was in the trailer wasn't in the movie. And then they show the scene that was in the trailer where Ralph keeps feeding all the pancakes to the bunny, and the bunny gets real big. And then
the bunny, Ralph, you may want to do some shakes. No, the kitty cat gets the shakes. The bunny gets the pancakes.
Yes. No. And then after the credits end, they end up surprisingly rickrolling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim.
My number 4 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, I didn't mean to steal it from you, Jim.
That's okay.
What's number 3?
My number 3 is Airplane.
Which one was that?
It's...
I know the movie, but
pretty much right at the beginning of the movie when Stryker pulls up, he's driving his cab, and he pulls up to the white zone. It's for unloading and unloading only.
No parking in the white zone. Yeah.
And he goes, "I'll be right back." And he goes to run out. Then a guy got into his cab. He goes, "I'll be right back." He starts to run. Then he goes back in. He turns the meter on, and then he leaves. And so the end of the movie, after the credits, they picture the guy still sitting in the back of the cab looking around.
Jeff, number 3.
My number 3 is an MCU movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's the post scene of the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
It's the shawarma scene.
That's a good one.
Sitting around eating shawarma.
I really like that they, on the original release of that, like the press release and everything, that wasn't in it.
Yeah, they kind of added that last minute.
Yeah, because when they were doing like the entire press run and everything, they're sitting there and they're talking about it, and the people just viewed the movie and like, "What do you think?" Like, "Oh, we're still not done filming." Like, "What? No, we still another scene we're going to film tonight," and that was the shawarma scene.
Yeah, and it was kind of obvious that Chris Evans had a full beard because he was shooting Snowpiercer at the time. So he couldn't shave it, so that's why Captain America's face was obscured the whole time in the shawarma scene. He had his hand on his chin or whatever, so you couldn't see his beard.
My number 3 was, I don't really like the character, but I thought it was kind of clever. Howard the Duck shows up in the Collector's Collection in Guardians of the Galaxy after he gets blown up. I thought that was kind of clever.
And then thought it was disgusting that he let the dog lick him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So how many were in the Guardians of the Galaxy? Wasn't there like 5 scenes or...
2. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
3. Yeah.
3.
In Guardians of the Galaxy 2, right?
Sorry. Guardians of the Galaxy, yes.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy had the mid-credit scene was the dancing Groot.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't.
Shut up.
You were the one that were asking how many were in it.
Well, Jason got the wrong movie.
No, Howard Duck was Guardians.
It was they were both in the same. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin it. But Guardians of the Galaxy 2 had like 3 different.
Yeah.
My number 2 is the only good part of Iron Man 2. Agent Coulson calls in Thor's hammer. I thought that was cool because back then, obviously, you knew that they were bringing other ones in, but it was kind of cool. They had the hammer right there, and you're like, "Ooh, that's kind of clever."
That's Thor's hammer.
Yeah, like, oh fuck yeah! Like the earlier ones, you're like, "Oh, you're more surprised by it." So that's my number 2.
My number 2 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
That's tied for my number 1.
Oh.
With, go ahead.
When Spider-Man 2099 shows up, and then they do that whole, their version of the meme of the 60s cartoon where they're pointing at each other and arguing over who pointed first.
You don't point. Don't point.
No, you pointed first. I'm just showing you what you did.
You're point first.
Yeah, that.
As best as he's like, take me to the 1960s.
And it was Spider-Man 2099 doing that.
Jim, number 2.
My number 2 would be Guardians of the Galaxy, the dancing Groot.
That Jeff screwed up.
Yes.
I ruined it. Sorry.
What's your number 1?
My number 1 is Napoleon Dynamite, the wedding scene at the end of the credits where Kip sings the "I love technology." I love you more than technology, but I still love technology.
I don't remember that.
Now and forever.
I've never seen the movie.
I saw the movie once or twice.
Jeff, Gregor, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is Waiting.
Mm-hmm.
The movie about working in a restaurant called Shenanigans. Shenanigans was a Fridays like restaurant where they had all the shit on the walls.
Mm-hmm.
They have to wear flair.
Yeah,
13 pieces.
but
one of the
things they had on the wall was like a Rube Goldberg machine.
Oh, that's right.
And the end credit scene is they activated that Rube Goldberg machine that it opened a bottle of beer and poured it for you. And, it had all the little weird things happen and whatnot. That movie came out when I was working at the theater, and anytime I was working in the projection booth, I would go watch that movie as it ended to get ready to get it threaded up for the next showing. But I always made sure I was watching it because it just amused me watching the machine go off. I put it as my number 1 because I've seen that one more than any other end credit scene.
My number 1 is Thanos appearing at the end of the Avengers. I really like that because you were building towards a big bad guy, and you're like, oh, shit, Thanos, that's a pretty big name for a villain.
Well, that wasn't better than the shawarma part.
I still liked it better than shawarma. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is still one of my favorites. You, me? Why are you pointing at me? So there you go. Jim, anyone else had honorable mentions?
A bunch of them, but there's like all the Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every Marvel movie that they made.
I had
Aquaman,
Daredevil.
I did have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the after credit scenes when the dinosaurs get out into the wild.
Yeah,
you know why?
That movie.
Because that was better than anything that they showed in the movie. It's like, damn it, show me that movie.
Didn't they show that in Jurassic World 3 or Jurassic Park 3?
Well, a little bit. But the best part is they showed it in the trailers. It's like, oh, well, thanks for that.
Well, the Wreck-It Ralph did that too, showed the after scene in the trailers.
The bunny gets the pancakes. So there you go. There is our top 5. Brad Hargis had shawarma. Or I'm sorry, number 5, Teenage Groot, with the sticks everywhere.
I am Groot.
Goose puking up
language.
Goose puking up the Tesseract.
Yeah,
Marvel.
That was funny.
3, Howard the Duck appearing. Number 2, Stan Lee needing a ride. I don't remember that one. He needed a ride. I remember the Stan Lee being a watcher was kind of cool. I like that part.
That happened in the middle of the movie, though.
Was it? I couldn't remember that.
It was when Rocket and whoever.
Oh,
he was
when
with
they fly by.
They flew by.
And number 1, shawarma.
Shawarma. See, he knows what he's talking about.
And Meow God. His favorite moment is when Thor met up with Doctor Strange. Because that goddamn refillable trinket.
That was good.
And that's a good place to leave when you're at a higher place of Zen.
Weren't there more listener reviews?
No.
Okay, if you say so.
If there is, we'll get to them next week.
Yeah.
Doug didn't bother sending in a list.
No.
What a piece of garbage that guy is. There it is. New nickname, piece of garbage.
Jeez. Well, harsher.
Is anybody going to approve that change?
No.
Darn it.
Change approved.
Nope. Bad idea of the week. Number 682.
Spoiling a movie.
Yes.
Spoiling the Avengers movie while in China.
Oh, yeah, that's number 212.
Although, talking about spoiling the movies, apparently somebody got like real irate at Kevin Smith on Twitter,
Mhm.
and he was trolling him because Kevin Smith ruined the Avengers game for him because he put out a spoil-laden review of it where he tells you it's a spoiler and to not watch if you haven't seen the movie yet. It's written on everywhere. This is a spoiler, and the guy got all pissy about it. I'm like, dude, if you want to be a troll, that's fine, but don't be a stupid fucking troll.
Yeah, you're not going to.
You got no sympathy.
Yeah.
You know what also spoils the movie? By going to see the movie. Just be careful. Lots of spoilers in the movie.
When I saw the movie, I saw tons of spoilers.
Yeah.
Hey, watching the movie spoiled the entire thing.
I know.
I know exactly what's going to happen.
I think I missed the movie, though. I kept seeing a ballet movie on Thursday night. I don't know. Ralph Fiennes was in it.
Yeah, I don't know why you were seeing that because you were sitting next to me and I was watching.
I'll be honest, I was sick a lot last week and
fell asleep.
I did actually was going in and out. Like at one point, I almost fell asleep and my son had to, Dad!
So you dreamt about Ralph Fiennes.
Who doesn't? He is a constant gardener.
Fiennes.
He is a constant gardener. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
Addendum. Titles for the show. I had You Are Out of Regulars. With parents' permission. When Jeff was giving crack.
Yes.
It's in the title. I think we've done that one, though. Butter Your Abs. And does he have a pet gorilla?
I told you they found wood. And the human thumb.
The human thumb.
I had, well, that doesn't have anything on it. That doesn't have anything on it.
Shut up, Jeff.
I had Since You've Been Gone.
Since you've been gone, I can't breathe without you.
Okay, that's not even the words. But I also had What a Piece of Garbage That Guy Is. I had He Is a Constant Gardener. Without Parents' Permission. They Do Hollywood. No Woman Can Beat Me Up.
Now I gotta beat me up.
Oh, I can't read that. Damn it. I've got Fizzy Cues. And Spit
out your dandelion root.
Oh, yeah, Spit Up Dandelion Root. That's what that says.
I'm okay with any of those. I like the Without Parents' Permission.
Without parents' permission or fizzy cues.
Fizzy Cues. And we can spell it different ways, like Fizzy.
No. We're not doing all that.
Q apostrophe S.
We're going Without Parents' Permission.
So Fizzy Cues it is.
Okay, change approved.
When I am down and oh, my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me.
It's a shame you turned down his mic and he didn't know it.
I didn't turn down.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Is that Danzig?
You've been listening to Hobie.